Snakewood Nip Hussle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Shout out to them boys over at the Viral Way, my East Side partners, about the LBC, right? Shout out to Russell, man. Very refreshing to see this young man popping, bro. I remember I was aware of him before everybody was popping his name, not before anybody in particular, because I only got him off social media. But it was quite a few years back, and it wasn't nothing but raw bars, and he was being highly overlooked. But of course, he caught my ear, and I noticed he had something special. Now he been bubbling. He just had some recent announcement that he did a deal with Jay-Z. And my partners over at the Viral Ray are debating whether or not he sold his soul, because he is Mr. Independent. So we just gonna check out their debate and react to some of the points and give some of our thoughts. And y'all know what y'all do. Y'all go crazy in the comments. Let me know y'all perspective, because it all matters. Here in the Black Box, this is our place to discuss these issues. We disagree, we don't disrespect, man. So with no further ado, let's see what the Viral Way say. Like Russell has been up to.
Russell, Mr. Independent himself, Mr. Don't sign to a label, Mr. I'm doing it out my backyard, Mr. Go straight to the fans. He did not sign a record deal to my knowledge. To my knowledge, he signed
it's a distribution
deal. One key thing that he said, the second he signed the deal, went to sleep, woke up, his music was on 50 different stations, 50 different sites. So that lets you know it's not all about the talent, it's about the connection. As long as you got the connections, they're gonna get your product seen and heard, like we said on this podcast all day. But yeah, what y'all think about that move? Did he sell out?
First, shout out to Russell. He really putting on for the Bay. He over at Richmond High, Kennedy High, El Cerrito. He over there doing it, putting on for the Bay. Did the tailgate thing. So that's legendary. We're going to have to talk about him, regardless if we feel he's got some corny raps or not. We're going to have to talk about him in 10.
Whoa, I didn't expect to hear that, corny raps. I think, what they consider corny raps has gotten a bad rap. I know when I first started rapping, it wasn't no gangster rap, street rap, corny raps, church raps, school raps. And it is how you hone your talent. I mean, if you want to say that, a lot of people could consider a lot of Kendrick raps corny. But Russell, I mean, I just think he has music that is not hard, debased, degenerate, gangster, street, thugged. And I don't know if that is necessarily corny. His music is just on a broader spectrum than what we used to and was typically celebrated in our culture. But I know these dudes wasn't trying to shit on him. He gave us plenty props. These are very articulate dudes, and these dudes are well thought when they give a thought. But corny, I just didn't expect him. I mean, maybe he even admits to being corny or accepts being corny to a certain degree, but it's only corny from a perspective of the life we lived and what we've projected. To some people, he's absolutely normal just because he's enjoying himself, having fun, and not trying to be hard, tough, or cool.
15 years about him really putting on for up north, so shout out to Russell for that. Number two, he did say months and months ago that if a label brought him the proper deal with the proper control and creative control, he would take the deal, and he's not against the labels.
And if I recall correctly, a few years ago, he was at the table with the same energy individuals or entity, Jay-Z, Roc Nation. And I can recall vaguely him saying he looked at what they sent him and it wasn't appropriate. He didn't approve. It wasn't up to his liking, and he turned it down. So it's not like he jumped at these cats the first time he had action. I don't believe.
So I do want to put that out there for people saying that he sold out. He said that if a label approached him with the proper deal, he would take it. And I think that's what he did. Do I think that? I think in today's time, there is no independent. That's just my thing. Chance the Rapper, independent. All these people, independent. They have a distribution deal, which is still this.
Independent as we thought it was has long been a myth, just like the word freestyle. Anybody jumping up, freestyling, impromptu in front of the public, 9.9997% of the time, is not impressive. I mean, now the bar of rap has been lowered so much. It's the same thing with independent. People use the concept of independent as a marketing ploy to make them feel like they just like a street dude. Like I just took the dope sack and turned it into the music sack. That's the whole concept of what independent turned out to be. But there was some true raw independence back in the E40 in them days when they first was coming up, JT the Bigger Figure, Sebo, Brother Lynch, all them, and probably in other regions too. Those are the ones I'm more familiar with. But independent these days means I didn't have a demo, take it into a company, and then they just sign me in advance. I was out here getting some type of money with this before I got my deal. That's basically independent.
Damn near the same thing. It's not a 360, but you're signed to the label. You're getting all the label perks. You're getting a promotion. You're getting placed on the Spotify playlist. You're getting the social media, all of those things.
You're getting the ads and everything else.
You're on the label. It's just a way for them to keep that connectivity with the fans of I'm independent, I'm still getting it out the trunk. But in reality, these niggas are signed to the label. That's just the new label deal is we distribute your shit and you take what you take, on the back end, but it's still a deal with the label.
On my mama, I believe that independent marketing himself as independent, less independent than he actually was part of even Nipsey's marketing scheme, plan, program, campaign. For the longest, we was out here thinking Nipsey was just independent, and Nipsey was going from record deal to record deal to record deal. It's just the way the game is played these days. One thing that reminded me of, I can recall there was a big buzz about Nipsey owning a hamburger stand. Shout out, I'm going to the Marathon Burger soon too. Far before there was a Marathon Burger, there was a clip of him actually serving burgers. I think it was at a Fat Burger. And everybody was saying, damn, Nipsey bought a Fat Burger. I think it even made it on the news that he was on there doing that. And I remember the next time I saw him shortly after becoming aware of that, I was like, damn, cuz that's hard. Congratulations, man. You owning a hamburger stand. And I remember he was like, nah, SPI, I don't really own that muff. My neighbors, it's my neighbors. They just let me catch that look. So I was appreciate him for sharing that with me, for being that humble and transparent and honest, because the whole world thought he had owned it. Rest in peace to the Keyway Christ. And now look, Marathon Burgers. Oh, my mama. That's deep.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. You know, serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
All right, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
Nipsey Hussle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.